What is up, family? Welcome back to another edition of REI Genius Live. And we got a treat for you all tonight. I know it's been a couple weeks since we've been able to get back on here live and kind of get out and share what's going on in the world of real estate investing. And uh, and so we're super excited tonight. We have a guest speaker with us. We have Mr. Shaun Young, who's coming here, and he's going to be sharing. So get out some of the house rules that definitely this is a live broadcast. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we will get to them at the end after we go through and kind of walk through the interview and bring some words of wisdom. And Shaun's going to talk about leveraging virtual assistants and his company and just sharing some of the journey that he has been able to realize and some of his clients and the successes and the problems that they solve with him. And he's the founder of REI Solutions. And, one of the things with Shaun, to kind of read his bio, that we're going to bring him on to kind of share a little bit more about himself in person. But he's been an investor since 2016, wholesaling houses and using other creative finance strategies to create financial and time freedom for himself and his family, and has helped students all over the country achieve similar results. Shaun has closed hundreds of deals and is the author of a book titled Adventures in Wholesaling, Let Me Show You How. It can be found in all major book outlets. In Shaun's true go-giver spirit, he has created the nationwide Real Estate Mastery podcast that gives out actionable steps to help real estate wholesalers and investors get their first or next deal. Shaun owns and operates a world-class virtual assistant company, REI World Solution, that provide professionally trained VAs. Let me welcome to the stage the man, the myth, the legend, Shaun Young. Welcome, brother.
Hey, Johnny, thank you for having me, man. Thanks for that great introduction. Glad to be here.
Awesome, man. It's a blessing to have you here tonight, man. And so tell the people what's not included in the bio that they don't know about you.
Yeah, guys. Well, I come from corporate America. I was laid off of a job. My story is kind of not that typical. I was laid off. I decided that, hey, I'll never put myself and my family in this type of predicament again. I was at the top of the game as far as sales was concerned. I was top 3% in the nation. My company was based in Sweden. When they made that cut, 750 to 800 of us were out of a job just like that. So that's when I made my step into the world of real estate.
Awesome. And I hear that so many times. And I think it was today I was actually reading an article about Tesla, man, that it was literally, they laid off, I think, like 500 people that was in the EV charging division. And they were telling the story that a lot of these employees, man, they were literally sleeping in their cars at work, just getting a couple hours of sleep to go right back into work. And now here ending up, finding out in the email that you no longer have a job, that your services are no longer needed. So I think like today in this day and age, I think last month in April, the number was like 129,000 people were laid off. And just starting numbers like that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think you're right. Numbers are in the thousands.
Yeah, and it's crazy. So I think like you said, you made that leap. You kind of saw that, hey, there's another way. And so what was the next step after, kind of going through that process? What was the next steps for you as you made that transition?
Well, for me, Johnny, I always heard that, real estate could be an avenue for financial freedom, getting out of corporate America. So I said, let me get this figured out. I had no clue about how to go about it. So I did what maybe most people would do, which is I signed up for one of those hotel seminars, right? I went to one down here in the Atlanta airport area, got really excited and pumped up. At the end, they ushered us to the back, those who want to continue, and said, whip out that credit card, put down tens of thousands of dollars and we'll help you out. So guys, me not knowing any better. And I said, okay, that's the process you got to do. You got to spend money to make money. I'm willing to do it. I'd gotten a severance package, so I had some available income to do that with, or spending cash, so to speak. So I went ahead and did it. And guys, and a year later, I hadn't talked to one person. I hadn't done any type of negotiating with the deal, nothing at all. It was a series of courses and more courses and more courses. Anytime I called to talk to the guy that was on the box, so to speak, I was, shifted to a customer service rep and, instructed to go to section A-4-10 So I was thinking either I'm the dumbest guy out here trying to do this real estate stuff, or this just isn't for me. I'm going back to corporate America where I'm getting all these job offers, right? So I gave myself 30 days.
Right.
I gave myself literally 30 days to make something happen. Gentleman that you may have heard of, Ron LeGrand, good friend of mine now, godfather of creative
Okay.
strategies. Yep, he had a course at this time that was a 99-cent course, guys. I took this 99-cent course and I whipped through it within like a week and a half. By 2 weeks, I had a deal on the line that was a sandwich lease option that ended up yielding
Okay.
me $72,000. So that was my introduction into the real estate.
Wow. Man, you came in 10 toes down, like I'm here. Boom.
Running. Yep, 10 toes down. Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. So how was that transition process to come into the business ownership and eventually start leading the company, now being the founder of REI World Solutions?
Well, brother, I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy transition at first. It was not easy. I right after that, I got 11 deals under contract within another 30 days, wholesale deals, and I closed on 7 of those. So
Okay.
that's very good. And so I'm thinking, my goodness, I should have been doing this since I got out of high school. Like what, I'm thinking it's like taking candy from a baby, right? But let me tell you what happened. I didn't do marketing. I didn't keep things consistent. I thought whenever I want to make money, I'll just do what I just did the last time. And that's not how it works, guys. You've got to be consistent, and you've got to, have processes and systems in place to ensure your success. And I didn't know any of that at that time. So I hired a mentor, Tom Crow, somebody that you guys may have heard of out there, a good friend of mine today. Tom Crow was my first mentor and actually helped me get my business in order as far as knowing that I need systems, I need processes, and a way to execute it.
Yep. No, for sure. For sure. And I think that's the point that so many entrepreneurs and real estate investors learn too late, not necessarily too late in the game, but later than they need to, that they try to do it all themselves. And you only have so much time in the day, and you can literally work yourself into the grave if you don't figure out how to leverage systems and processes soon in your business.
Absolutely, brother. It can be like once you squeeze so much, the juice is not worth the squeeze at some point. So you've got to maximize your efforts. Hard work. You made a statement the other day, or a post. You said hard work doesn't make you rich. It's investing makes you rich. And guys, that couldn't be any closer to the truth. You have to invest in yourself and invest in things that are generating wealth for you in spite of you. So as you sleep, it's doing things for you in the background. And that's where my business scalability came in, Johnny. I was told by my mentor that I needed, help. And I was thinking to myself, nope, I'm the best at doing this. If I hire anybody to talk to these people, I'm going to waste leads. They're not going to do it right. They're going to have an accent. All these things that I was all in my head, right? So I just took the leap of faith, failed my way forward, and started to explore the process of bringing on virtual employees. And I failed at it at first, like maybe most people did. I didn't, again, have a clue what I was doing. Brought them on. They would disappear in 2 weeks, tell me that their aunt died. They'd come back, and next day that their uncle died. Next day, I'd never hear from them again. I wouldn't know how to reach them. They'd have all my data. It was a nightmare at first, guys. So I said, there's got to be a better way to do this. And I know that I'm not the only person in our space that is having these problems. So I actually went to the Philippines, figured out the process, created my own call center, and here we are today with REI World Solutions, which helps people all over the country reach their goals in the real estate space.
Hold on. We're gonna bag that up. So you went to the Philippines. You didn't just cold call, you didn't just find people online and build it. You went to the Philippines. Tell us a little bit, how was that process?
Man, it was an awesome process, brother. First of all, it wasn't my first time there. I was
Okay.
I'm prior military, so I was in the Air Force. So I served our country and was in the Far East and different places, right? So I said, hey, I know the place, I know the culture. Let me go back and get this thing figured out. So I went out there and I got a contact actually in Manila. So that was the key for me. For my success is having a boots on the ground contact, just like here in America, having boots on the ground. If you're doing things nationwide or outside of your backyard, that's the most crucial part of it. So being to go over there and build my infrastructure, build my team was the main factor for me.
That's awesome, man. Fellow Air Force veteran. Not a lot of us Well, I won't say not a lot of us in the space, but a lot of times you don't see a lot of us, being and coming in on the forefront of business ownership. I'll tell you, the vision when you said that, I see you getting off the back of a C-130 like Frank Lucas when he was over there in the movie. You're getting over there, going in there and putting the infrastructure of your business, making those connections and coming back to the U.S. and
Right.
making it happen, man. Salute to you with
Yes,
going
sir.
and having the foresight to do that. But I really think, the skill set that we learn as military members and serving, that we have some intangible traits that really translate really well to entrepreneurship and just business in general, that a lot of times a lot of veterans don't just realize what they actually have and the skill set they have and how they can leverage it in the business world. So no, that's phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
For sure. So when for us going the virtual assistant route, because I've been there, and I actually shared this story last night when I was speaking, that I failed my first two VAs that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the SOPs in place. I didn't have a really good, robust training program on what my expectations was and what I needed to actually have them do when I wasn't around, and in those tasks that I need to do. So I failed them. Eventually, like you said, they get kind of ghost. They don't respond. It take 3-4 hours to get a response. Then next thing you know, they're gone. And so what was the kind of the top benefit that you saw from being able to leverage virtual assistants? Because for me, I saw a lot of things that I was just shocked, because a lot of people, they don't realize, like in the Philippines, like English is like their primary language over there.
Absolutely. 100%. Not only that, but we just have sometimes our mind and our mindset can get in our way. But man, Verizon is over there. Xfinity is over there. AT&T is over there in the Philippines. I mean, they have huge, huge call centers there. So anytime you call customer service, 9 or 8 times out of 10, who are you speaking with? Someone that's most likely overseas. So this is our culture nowadays. And that's something that we have to embrace, and we have to leverage what is at our, is at our fingertips. And virtual assistance is the most cost-effective employee route that I know that's out there. You don't have the overhead of having the employees in a space. You don't have to pay for office equipment, insurance, all those things that come with actually hiring employees. With the virtual assistant, those costs are completely taken away. But one thing I do want to mention, though, Johnny, don't try to go the route of trying to find the cheapest virtual assistant that's out there. I want you guys to understand why. If you look for a virtual assistant, let's say, and you're paying them, $3, $4, $5 maybe, right? And you're curious on why you're not getting the results you want to get, and you keep beating your head against the wall, keep hiring and hiring, and you've been doing this for months, 6 months, a year now. Guys, the reason why they're not sticking and the reason why you're not able to retain them is because of that cost. If they are coming through an agency, more than likely that agency is probably taking 3 of those $5. So that employee is making $2. They're not going to be motivated to work for you for long. They'll do it for a little while until they find the next thing that comes on that's paying better. Like Johnny said, if you don't have your processes in place, you don't have anything for them to do, they get bored. They say, well, you know what? I'll get paid from Johnny, but I'm going to juggle and do another job for Sarah at the same time because Johnny doesn't have any work for me to do. So you got to know what you're doing, or you got to go with the company that has this nailed down. They have professionally trained, monitored virtual assistants for you that are with you the entire process. So that I want to make sure that was clear, guys, or you too will be a victim of virtual assistant failure.
Yes, and it's shame on you if you go and make the same mistakes that others have made, like myself, with that. Because I learned that, and now I have 5 VAs that work, and well, I'll take that back, 4 VAs and one person that's US based that works in my businesses, and I couldn't do it. And I have a phenomenal team. For the culture that we have in our company, that they've all been with me for well over a year and a half, going on 2 years, and I can't say anything, bad about him, man. For his work ethic and skill set. A lot of them over there in the Philippines, they have 4-year degrees. They're educated, and they bring a lot of talent to the table. So, what do you think, kind of the key benefits, working with virtual assistants?
Man, you just mentioned a key factor, which is the educational piece of it. All of our VAs that come with our company, they all have a 4-year degree. With our VAs, we have an HR department that works with you. So if you hire one VA, let's say for an admin or a cold caller, you're not just getting that one VA. That's what ensures that our processes. You're getting that VA, you're getting a VA's trainer and that VA's manager. So you'll always have access to someone continuously. Someone is always there with you to ensure that you're hitting your goals and that we're making the tweaks on our end necessary to ensure that you're getting to your goals as well. So having just a good company that really cares about your success is very important. And I couldn't agree with you more, Johnny. Man, once you get a good core of people with you, and that's what we look for to push out to our clients, they're going to be with you. They're going to be like family. They're going to be with you for quite some time. You're going to watch them grow. You're going to help them grow, and you're going to be proud of their growth because they're going to be like family with you.
Yep, no, 100%. How have you seen like your clients kind of scale over time with you? With a lot of people, I even with my clients, I encourage them to start part-time, and then they can scale and grow, with bringing someone on eventually full-time, and then going and kind of expanding into multiple, VAs that's working on their team. So kind of how have you seen that growth happen with some of the entrepreneurs that you support?
Well, yeah, usually the first hire that most entrepreneurs in real estate space bring on is a cold caller because they feel like that's something that is and I agree with you. It's something that's really below your pay class as the owner of the company. You're doing your company a disservice to do some of these tasks that your virtual assistant could be doing for you. So cold calling, managing tasks for you, pulling lists, skip tracing lists, following up with those lists, managing your CRM, managing social media, all those little kind of tedious tasks are things that your virtual assistant could be doing for you right away. So when you hire somebody, the first things you want to think of is how can I get my money back on this virtual assistant? So you want to hire someone who can generate some calls for you, get you some leads, and make you some money. Next, I would say is get you an admin. Someone who can help you manage your business and like an executive admin, someone who can help you as a business owner actually manage what you're doing. That's crucial to scale to the next step of business ownership, in my opinion, because there's so many moving factors. There's accounting, there's a lot of moving parts that come into business ownership that you shouldn't be handling as the owner directly.
No, I love that because so many times, like you don't know what's their next hire, or you worry about it. Are you going to have enough work that they can actually keep them gainfully employed? So I think that's definitely critical. Be going because as the business owner, if you're working at the strategic level, you'll never get there. If you're in the day to day mundane tasks, and you're always got your head down to the ground, just trying to push through and get the work done, that you're not in a position where you can grow your business. So I love that. With being able to go through that. What are kind of the seats? So you guys offer like cold calling VAs. Do you have like a set training for what's the spectrum look like on the capabilities, the services you guys provide real estate investors?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, we have cold callers, we have acquisitions managers, and for those who may not know, an acquisitions manager is someone who really goes out and does the final negotiation to lock that property up under contract, up under a signed contract. So we have acquisitions managers, we have folks that can do dispositions as well. We have transaction coordinators, and we have any admin task that you could think of that needs to be done in the real estate space. We've got it. We've partnered up with batch services. So if you guys are familiar with batch leads, batch dialer, all that good stuff, we're partnering with them. And so all of our VAs are batch certified. So they come knowing how to use all of those tools right away. They are also certified in PropStream. So we pretty much got it nailed down, guys. When you come with us, our VAs pretty much know how to handle all the services, and we guide you through the process as well. So if you don't know what you don't know, we help you understand those things again that you might not even know that you need in place.
For sure, for sure. No, I love that because that kind of addresses all the needs that you have as a real estate investor to kind of build that company up. What have you seen, as the process to hire the right person that kind of fits within your culture and what you're trying to do with your business? What is that? What have you seen kind of that process look like?
The hiring process again is super crucial. If you're going with a company out here that allows you to screen your potential hires, I would definitely do that. Whether it's through a like voice resumes is a pretty popular way that it's done, or you could even do Zoom, do a Zoom call. But what I would say is when you get down to your final decision, do a Zoom meeting, have a Zoom call so that you can see these people face to face. See how they, act, how you act. Of course, they're going to be a little nervous. You might even be a little nervous, but, just see if you can communicate with them. Is this someone that you can talk to every day? Is this someone that, can talk to you every day? Because this is a crucial part of your business. Hiring, you should be slow to hire and quick to fire is the process that we like to use. And we help you with REI World Solutions be slow to hire because we do a large portion of that screening for you. We don't just throw somebody at you. It's a match.com sort of a process. So we sit down with you. What are your needs? What are you trying to accomplish? And we actually match those skill sets with our VA to your business.
No, I love it because I think that's the thing that people don't realize, that it's a process with making sure that you're hiring the right person. And the last thing that you want to do is get someone in, commit a lot of time with training over multiple weeks. And then you find out this person is the right one, or you didn't ask the right question. And now this individual is leaving the company and now you're back at square zero and starting over. So that resonates definitely with me and what I've seen with being able to take the time to really get to know, go through multiple levels of interviews to make sure that you have the good fit with that individual before you say yes and bring them on board.
Yes.
Any
Johnny,
other tips?
I want to mention one more important factor, guys, when you're hiring a VA. You want to make sure, again, that you don't cheapen yourself into no results. Because, again, you can hire a VA for, really low cost and you can get lucky and it can work out super good for you. Or you could, it's like they say, you kind of get what you pay for. And it's no different in this space. Again, you can get lucky and find a great VA for, a low dollar amount. But guys, if you're not willing to invest in that VA, don't try to hire the VA just yet, because it'll just be like throwing money at the wall and hoping that something sticks. You don't want to do that. So figure out what you want. Figure out why do you even need a VA? Is it because you don't have enough time in the day? Or are you lacking time? Like, what is it that requires you to even need a VA? Once you get all those things figured out, you want to screen a few different companies, see what do they offer, what is their processes, do they allow their VAs to work on multiple clients simultaneously? Those things are very important. They're very, very important. Like with us at REI World Solutions, all of our VAs are dedicated to one client only. They can't work for Johnny from 4 to 8 and then from 9 to 12 they're working for Sheila. No, we don't do that. So it's one person. They're dedicated to you and your success, and that's what you really need, is to find a VA that's going to be dedicated to grow with you.
No, I love it because that's the critical part, is having those systems and process. And it sounds like that's one less thing that they really have to worry about with the SOPs, the training, that you all are kind of bringing that level of first line of management. You're bringing that structure and oversight to their company, and they're not having to really pay for it. They're paying for a proven service with somebody that's already part of your system, that you can manage and make sure they're getting a quality employee that's executing the task. And now that's one less thing that they have to worry about, because you're making sure this person is locked in, and that they're really locked in and supporting their success with and executing their mission. So I love it, man. And like, people don't really understand like outsourcing, and you named all those different companies that have employees there, and the reason why that they have, they're leveraging the Philippines is the efficiency, they're able to scale, the revenue portion of where now it's lower cost on their business, and there's not a drop in, for the quality of service that they're still able to provide the entire world, that, where that they're supported, when we're talking about whether it's cable or cell phones, or in our case, the customers that we serve in our business, it's the same thing. So if it works for them, we're talking about, if it's working for billion-dollar companies, then it should definitely work for, our companies that we're trying to start with just 1 or 2 members initially, and eventually scaling up. That is definitely good enough for us too. With that, what's the best way to kind of, for people to get in contact with you, like on social media? I put the website up there as well too. Any other recommended ways for them to reach out to you if they're interested? Because I know there's a lot of people. If you're not interested, you should be, because this is a game changer in how you can grow your business right now, your side hustle, and when you go from making that transition from a solo entrepreneur to a full-blown business owner and looking at scaling into the future.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Johnny. Yeah, guys, you can find me at reiworldsolutions.com is our website, of course, on social media. I'm on TikTok under Nationwide Real Estate Mastery. I've got a podcast that's out there, Nationwide Real Estate Mastery. Same thing with the YouTube channel, Nationwide Real Estate Mastery. So if you want to connect with me, feel free to reach out to me, guys. Also, if you have any deals that you can't get closed, I buy deals all over the country. So send them my way. You can send those to jvsplits.com. Me and my team would love to take a look at them.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that. You know, at this point in the segment, what we do that definitely as you're watching, roll up any comments and any questions that you want into the comments that you can ask Shaun right now live that we can have him answer while we got him in here tonight. But yeah, I would ask while we're waiting for any questions to come in that some of the viewers may have. What does that look like on the deal side?
Yeah, so JV Splits, it's a great opportunity for those who are new in our space, especially who don't have a large buyers list, who may be a little bit intimidated to enter into the space because they say, well, what if I do get a deal? I don't know how I'm going to sell it. Well, we take care of that for you guys. We've got a database with millions of nationwide cash buyers. Our deals on average takes us 7 deals on average once we get it in our hands to get it closed out for you. So yeah, it's a great process, guys. So if you're ever stuck, it's the JV process, joint venture. You hear people talk about this all the time. They say, guys, if you don't have something, joint venture with someone who has what you don't have. So in this case,
Yes.
guys, I'm bringing to you the capital, or either I'll buy it, my company will buy it, or we've got a database of buyers that'll buy it with you.
No, I love it. I love it. I just dropped the link there, jvsplits.com. There's the link, you guys. If you got a deal that you can't close, then he's giving you a buyer's list that he can market it out to, or he may buy it himself. No, I love it, man. And I think that's the thing. Like resources is by and large the number one, limit. I won't say it's a limiting belief because I teach people like you got to be resourceful. There's so much money out here and people that's looking for deals, but you got to find them. And I think this is a great solution that'll help a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Anything else you want to share tonight, man? I hadn't seen any questions come in from the comment section, but I really appreciate you taking the time, man. We're able to connect and definitely be great. Grab a bite to eat or something next time I'm down in the Atlanta area, and continue to grow. And right now I hadn't looked at making any additional hires. But yeah, we'd love to look at, when we get ready to maybe expand a little bit more and bring on somebody else into the team with tapping into some of those resources that you guys offer.
Absolutely. And anyone who's listening tonight on the call that wants to take advantage of a virtual assistant, if you go to that website, REI World Solutions, and you use the discount code BATCH, you'll get 20% off of the one-time onboarding fee. So that's a way to let us know that we saw you here on this show tonight. So I've got that set up for Johnny and his audience. So we would love to take care of anyone who he sends through. You guys will get world-class service. Even if he doesn't send you through, we treat everyone with world-class service. And final thoughts. You asked me if I had any final thoughts, guys. I do. You got to go out here and fail your way forward, guys. Take massive imperfect action. Do not wait for all the lights to be green between here and your destination, which is your goals. As soon as that first light turns green, you have to go and have faith and belief that by the time you get to that next light, you'll have the knowledge that you need to get to the next light. Don't wait for all those lights to be green, guys. It'll never happen. Take massive imperfect action. And that's my parting words for you guys today.
No, I love it. I love it, man. You couldn't have said it any better than that. There's so many people, they let fear rule them and stop them from like taking progress. And that's one of the things like I started asking my kids, like, hey, what did you fail at today? And just they're like, huh, what do you mean? I'm like, that's how you learn. I'm like, it's okay to fail. That is how you learn in life. Don't be scared, afraid of failure. And so I'm really programming them because so many times in school, it's like you're scared to get the answer wrong or to speak up and speak your mind because like you may be wrong and you're going to be ashamed of being wrong. It's like, no, that's how you learn. Now you know what not to do.
That's how you learn.
For sure. Well, awesome. I appreciate you, brother. And we'll definitely stay connected. And, and for anybody in my community, I'm definitely pointing your way that's looking to hire a VA and kind of get connected there. So REIWorldSolutions.com. Y'all reach out to him if you're ready to start scaling and make your first hire. And we'll see you on the next show, you guys. You guys have a blessed night.
Thank you so much, Johnny, for having me on.